jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
in the building. Mike on deck. I see you. Salute WCS in the chat, fam. You already know what it is, man. Carlos Rosado in the building on deck. WCS salute, always putting in that work. OG, I appreciate you, Carlos. One more again. We back at it. You already know Mr. International Toby Bartlett on deck in the building. Salute WCS in the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. Keep it the grease super hot for another aerosexual fish fry. Talk to them, Toby. Let them know, man. Spin the motherfucking record so they can know what time it is, dog. Andrew Charles is in the building. What's good with Andrew? Salute to your brother. Don Juan Vaughn is on deck. Let's get it. Salute WCS in the hottest chat in the game. Yes, sir. Salute to everyone. AU is in the building. WCS, you got to use a soft, loving, so sweet scenario with it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to your AU on deck. Big Blunts and Boxing the GOAT is in the building. Salute to you. We in this MFOG. What's the deal? Salute to you, man. I see you. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already see the topic, Hot Grease Chronicles 187. You know what I'm saying? The big question is a lot to deal with. The rumor mill, you know what I'm saying? The big question marks is out there. And I already let y'all know where I stand. I'm not here to play no games with this topic, but people got questions. And, you know, I was making some phone calls. I just got the phone, actually. That's why I was a little late. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was trying to find out why Steven Espinosa was over there in Philly. That's all I'm trying to find out tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. I'm trying to find out what PBC is doing. You know what I'm saying? What they got brewing, what's cooking, so we can start talking about the facts and not assumptions. That's what I want. I want to find out what's really popping off with this fight. You know, with this network transition. I want to know what's going on. I hear the zone and all that. You know what I'm saying? I hear the zone possibility and the you know, the Amazon Prime. And, you know, if those are the balancing acts that we're dealing with right now, all right, cool. But my main concern is people getting restless once again with this next fight. This is Hot Grease Chronicles, man. We got to get the hot grease back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some big questions that need to be answered for the top of the year. We on our way out of October. We about to close down the last 2 months of 23. And once again, we're going to be left in limbo about the same fight that we was left in limbo about last year, y'all. Can you understand that they're trying to play us like that again? We are about to head over into a new year with the same question mark, the empty space, the void, y'all, that we left in 2022 going to 23. People talking about February. I'm going to be honest with you. I got some questions. What's going on? The Lee Show on deck. Blessings WCS. Seeing you alive in here, bro. What's good? I'll see you on deck. What's good? With BIG in the building. Salute to you, brother. No matter what they try to do, Errol gonna get the hands put on them again at 147.54. Them hands. It don't matter either that or let Bud move on because this nigga scared. Damn. Carlos must have just finished watching Juice, man. God damn. Why you gonna come here with all that disrespect? This nigga scared. Man, hey. Come on, man. Damn. Just relax just a little. Just calm down. No, don't calm down. Keep that shit up. Man, we ain't playing. Let's get to the first question of the day. You know, through all the talk, man, we're not trying to go through this as boxing fans. We're not trying to do 100 motherfucking live streams, god damn it. Why is boxing always the secret squirrel? Why is there multiple Pandora boxes? Motherfuckers just land everywhere. Every time you get to a big ass fight, you gotta open Pandora's box. Hey, anything in here? No, it ain't that in here. Let me go to the next one. Let me kick open this one. Don't see no more dangers than the last one. Let me kick over this. Oh, this Pandora's box empty too. Why so many of them? Because that's what the YTC does. The YTC always kicking around Pandora's box and shit with nothing in it. They just be creating shit. Oh, the mystery. I found a bubblegum wrapper in Pandora's box. It says February. I want to know, is the fight freaking happening? People seem not to have a clear understanding if the fight is happening yet. Am I right or wrong? Do y'all have a clear understanding if the fight is happening? Do we know for sure if the fight is happening? Then, if you don't fall asleep, you know, trying to come up with a peace of mind with this whole situation, then you have to ask yourself, if the fight is happening, when are they going to announce it? Are they going to gift us with enough time to prepare, you know, the our schedules for 2024, the consumers, the one that's going to purchase, support these fighters? Are you going to allow us to get our proper preparation for this fight if it's in February? Because shit, look, it's going to be some people struggling now. There's going to be some people struggling. The holiday season, having fights at the beginning of the year, is the fight happening or not? So we can start planning, because people spend a whole lot of money during the holidays. And then we get to the top of the year. Now we got to talk about trying to go attend this fight if that's our choice. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know if it's happening. If so, stop saving the information. Stop sitting on it. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. We're tired of the freaking delay. You know, the procrastination. Just let us know if the shit is popping or not, man. Goddamn, work the clutch a bit better. Change gears on this shit. We're about to head into a whole nother year in neutral like we did in 2022 to 23. Is Crawford Spence fighting? That's all we want to know. Goddamn, do we need to copy and paste this shit all the fucking time? Hey, you know, is they fighting or not? If they fighting or not? People just coming up with shit. Yeah, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. When? Okay, just let us know. Announce the fight. If the fighter's going to announce it, announce it. Y'all have to know by now if Showtime is going to be there in 2024 for this fight, or is it going to be somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to know something. Why y'all trying to figure out who's going to broadcast the fight? Just let us know if the shit is happening. We want to know, point blank period, if indeed this fight is still going on. We don't need a notary to come up here and say, well, you know, you need TPI, two-person integrity, but the fight date is going to be February. Stamp that shit. Stamp it. Notarize that shit right there. You sure? All we want to know is if the fight is happening, the MF and fight date. We as consumers need to know that. Why? Because we're trying to plan some shit. I mean, are we wrong? We're trying to plan some shit. You know, be respectful to the consumer. Is Crawford Spence happening or not? What is contracts for? What are contracts for? The contract had a freaking rematch clause in it. And it said it's supposed to happen by the end of the year, but that's since failed. That evaporated. So now we're looking at it like we kicking rocks again. We kicking rocks, man. You know, people up here talking about I'm BLK Prime ain't gonna come out of here and it's just gonna shock the world. You know, the zone is already freaking actively engaged in boxing, but it gets a bit fickle when you're talking about putting the fighters that's already over there and then you bringing PBC over there. That's gonna be messy. That's gonna be messy. Oh, no way, people, that we can have the Black Al Heyman, the one who, you know, Eddie Hearns was the one they was criticizing to say he wouldn't dare bleed over into the U.S. market. It's no way. I know Eddie is not the owner of the zone, but Eddie has already been there. And I remember when people were saying, oh man, Eddie think he's going to take over something and all that. Eddie's doing some pretty good shit right now. Because truth be told, man, PBC is without a network. And how dare Al Heyman go over there to where Eddie Hearn has already been and has the clout? Eddie has the clout. If you think he ain't going to be pulling some motherfucking shades down, you're sadly mistaken. But he has the clout over there. He's been active. He has the numbers. I think that relationship would just be so estranged, man. I think it'll be a lot of cutthroat going on. Oh my God. I just think it'll be nefarious no matter how you look at it, people. I think that shit will be absolutely wicked. I'm just giving you my take. I don't think the zone, you know, picking up PBC is a grand idea, goddammit. When the old word come up there, ominous, ooh, and that other old word, honest, that other old word, on site, I don't think it's a healthy business decision if they talking about going over there to the zone. And you know, being that we have the history, you know, of what's been going on with the trash talking and the disrespect, you know, between Leonard Ellaby and Eddie Hearns, man, I just can't see that, man. If I was Eddie Hearns, I was like, how dare you think? You know the rapport that Eddie has over there with that. Come on, you think he's just gonna wash everything under the bridge now that they in desperation trying to search for a network? Come on, bro. Come on, man. You think Eddie ain't a shaker and mover over there? He ain't a shot caller at some point along the lifeline that Al Heyman needs to make that shit happen? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You don't think he's somewhat like a broker? I'm not more so talking about financial. I'm talking about brokering and understanding, brokering insight to those individuals that he's been working with for years now. They just did a recapitalization. You know, the $1 billion deal that Eddie initially got and people was ranting and raving about, right? And then, of course, that was contingent on, you know, him building, right? And it had some hiccups. It had some losses, they say. You know what I'm saying? But yet they still took it into consideration to recapitalize. They put money into recapitalization. So now you're talking about potentially PBC joining. I don't think that's I don't like that shit right there. You know where I'm going with this. Goddamn motherfucking peel back the banana. I don't like that. I'm gonna drop the dime on that nigga. I don't like that shit right there. I don't like that. Mm-mm. Now with Amazon Prime, Amazon, in my opinion, is going to be around for a long ass time as an entity themselves. Whether he want to put his money into boxing is a bigger dilemma. That's a bigger uphill climb because right now his establishment, his anchor runs so deep. His success right now to bring on someone that is in search of, do they really want to venture outside the scope of what they're used to? What is making his money? What he's known for? You know what I'm saying? I know somebody was up here talking about at least PBC fighters that have a job during their off time, delivering packages. I thought that was motherfucking funny as hell. So my PBC fighters don't have to worry about waiting on the back end money. They can motherfucking get a job part-time in between fights delivering packages. That's hilarious, bro. But how long will it take for the teams to congregate, table talks, put their minds together, you know what I'm saying? Come up with an extensive, oh my God. This shit will have to be extensive spreadsheet on the forecast of how they're going to make this happen from the ground floor off the lunch pad. How are they going to build this shit up? This is my question. Let me take a break and get to the chat. This is my question. That shit right there is just an incredible climb, yo. We're talking about something like Mount Everest barefooted. You climbing Everest barefooted, you're dying. Your feet's going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? This seems like that way. They say you're going to be sick. Yeah, I'm sick for my feet, goddamn, getting hypothermia and shit. And the motherfuckers are black than what my shave used to be. And the motherfuckers hurt like a motherfucker. Well, they used to. They numb now. I might as well cut the motherfuckers off. It just seems like this shit is going to be an uphill climb, bro. Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime, Shaw in the building. What's good with it? Team Tucker official on deck. The news by Shaw News. Salute to you, man. I wonder if Bud and Bomac had a feeling or heard something about Showtime. That's why there was a December rematch clause. Maybe they can just walk away if it's not December. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Of course they knew. Of course. Come on, let's be clear. Let's be clear about this now. Let's be clear about this. We're not casual boxing fans. Of course. Why would they stipulate December? Because this had to be in the works. This had to be not just scuttlebutt, but this was the truth. This was reality. This was on the freaking radar, and this was going to happen for the end of 2023. So why not try to scoop up that revenue and put on a big fight again for the rematch? But the only reason I think Showtime shut it down was based off, how the fight actually happened. But it's just not that, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just not Showtime is leaving freaking PBC and boxing and all that. But Showtime was with Bellator also, right? You know what I'm saying? I was speaking with my colleague and he had mentioned that. And I said, you make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just not leaving PBC, it's leaving Bellator also. So Paramount is just basically pulling all and airtime. They're grounding any type of frequent flyer miles that they had with these combat sports, and they're grounding the entire fleet. They're done. Those planes have to peel that name off, that Showtime name off, and they have to go with somebody else to put those planes back in the air. Paramount is done. You know what I'm saying? They said we going back to the old school. That I guess they didn't see the future in this PBC and Bellator. So I'm curious to know, like, what was said. If Crawford and Spence knew that they needed this fight in December, why it didn't happen in December? If they knew the shit, was crumbling, and the wings was already spread and they was on their way out, or the jet packs was already loaded and that rocket was on its way off the launch pad. If they knew that already, then why wasn't anything just told to the fans like, no, we're not fighting in December, we're fighting in February? Why leave us in limbo if you knew the shit wasn't gonna happen? What happened? If they knew or didn't know, I don't know, man. That's the discouraging part about it. This the irritation that we go through. You know what I'm saying? We just want to know certain things, especially with this fight. We just want to know, man. YTC Boxing Insiders, yeah, the source. You know what I'm saying? Those sources are so freaking credible, man. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? The pecking order on the YTC is just so amazing. Come on now. I mean, AA Shot News, who wouldn't want to get their data analytics from freaking the YTC? Come on, plausible. Clap it up. Plausible. Don't you dare act like this is not a credible freaking nest in bed. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna start cultivating for the next spring, goddamn, you better start laying them seeds now, because I guarantee ain't shit gonna grow. Bud has stopped his last 11, and it's the only boxer to have YTC stoppages. Man, what I'm trying to do, Don, is keep the current wounds. You know what I'm saying? Because the scabs are finally just healed. That don't mean the wound, but the scabs is finally healed enough to stop the bleed. All right? To stop the bleeding. If you come in here and swinging blades again, it's going to be carnage all over again, man. And do we need that heading into the holiday? They're done. Do we need shit like that? That's pretty gory. And I know it's Halloween. Let me back and fuck. I know it's Halloween. You might be looking at it Halloween from a Saw perspective. Freddy Krueger, Jason. Okay, I get you. Swing the swords, man. Bring out the knife. I don't care. Fuck it, man. It's Halloween before Thanksgiving. Goddamn it. Shout out to MD Mills. What's good, man? Boxing handles information in such a clandestine manner, like it'll self-destruct after you look at the message. Man, what you saying? Why can't we get some positive information and why can't it just be positive information, consistent positive information, bro? Why is it so damn impossible to get positive information? Look, we can't even get positive information in a timely manner. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to get positive information. Let us know if the fight is happening. The fight is happening. Not is the fight is supposedly happening. The potential for the fight is happening. Errol Spence enacted his rematch clause. Okay, per the contract, the rematch is supposed to be when? December. Oh, December 9th. And then all of a sudden, it just fades off. It just slides off the table like melting ice, yo. I don't like that shit. I don't like that fuckboy bullshit, bro. Like, goddamn, tell us the motherfucking answers. Like, if the fight is not happening in December, it's so many people that know about this fight. Let's just say it's a minimum of 30 motherfuckers that know that this fight wasn't happening in December. Do you think somebody could have just told us? Besides Steven going around here and we don't know what to believe. Out of 30 people, somebody could have said, just came on here like Timothy Smith did in 2022, right? I mean, 23. It was 2023. No, 22. Timothy Smith came in 2022. He pretty much put it out there. We don't want to insult him. Can anybody could have done what Timothy did? At least he was up here telling people that, hey, we don't want to insult Crawford. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't want to insult him. You know what I'm saying? He was at least being a mouthpiece. But you trying to tell me he's the only one that could have came out here and told us to fight is not happening in December. And then on top of telling us that, he couldn't have just transferred and gave us an update. Say, well, the update is February. Now we're still working on a date, but I can assure you, I'm pretty, from talking with my people, I'm pretty sure that the fight is going to be in February. If that's the case, cool. Because they was up here talking about the fight was going to be in February for Spence Crawford. And that shit ended up being in July, y'all. Because people start looking at, no, Tank got to fight in January. No, Tank got to fight in January. I don't think that's going to play out. I don't think that's going to mesh together. Man, this shit is crazy, man. This shit don't make no sense. Shout out Mr. Golden on deck, man. The OG in the building. Yeah, MD. I feel you on that, man. Mission impossible, bro. Mission impossible for us to get credible information. It's just, MD, it's not like the servers are down. Obviously, we on here communicating, right? And if we are communicating within the social media vortex, the social media matrix, right? We're communicating. That means the servers are up over there at PBC too. That means servers are up from the PBC to Showtime. That means we have a collective group of individuals that's able to transmit and receive information. God damn it. So therefore, in the process of transmitting and receiving information, where does it fall short? Where is the process of the glitch where it's not being disseminated out to the general public? Those who are eager to know, okay, do we have some information to pass out to everybody else so we can plan this shit? We have to be made aware of too, man. You see us out here doing all this miscellaneous, countless hours upon hours of work talking about boxing, but yet majority of it is based off speculation and assumptions. And then people take it a step further because they're acclimated to it, and they become straight up legitimate habitual liars, clickbaiters, who will sit up here and just put shit out there, and they don't care anymore because their mindset is boxing never really give us anything anyway. So in order for me to make it seem like it's something important, let me make some shit up. The Zone gonna make sure PBC get theirs on the back end. Hey, you know how it is on the back end now. Halloween coming up. Ask Jason. Jason loved giving it to him on the back end. He stick that shit right in your motherfucking spinal region and cut 12 to 6, goddammit. Or he just might stick you in the neck. Real talk. You know, Jason loved that shit. Truth be told, seriously, if the Zone were to deal with PBC's business model must change because their business model ain't even working up to now. True. And would you think that'll be an option? I'm looking at some people over there, the smart individuals. So I don't foresee Al Heyman even believing that his welcome aboard package is going to be A-side material. He's not coming over there as a primary player in the game. I'm calling the shots. That ain't happening, bro. I hope it wasn't nobody in the chat believing that type of intervention would have Al walking on deck, dropping his briefcase and say, yeah, I call you all to this meeting. It's a new sheriff in town. No, it's not going to happen. I can't even fathom how the shit is going to play out if indeed they're going that route over the Zone. If that is what Ellaby was talking about, being sick and all that, and they're going to get $1 billion and all this, Eddie's already did that shit. We want to know how you're going to implement, just like Toby said, how are you going to implement your business model to marry it up or to basically work in unison, proficiently, productively, smoothly with the Zone. How can you do this and have success and have people drawn in with vested interests. I'm talking about positive vested interests, not negative vested interests, where they just want to complain and gripe and say, "Oh, no, let's find the best fight. Who is this fight, man? Don't nobody want." No, we want to know: is it any way that this can be joined up in a way that it's a smooth, you know what I'm saying? Introduction. You know what I'm saying? It's a smooth intro. PBC, introducing PBC to the zone and see what that experience like. Can there be a fusion that people can look at as being healthy enough instead of seeing the PBC as these rebelers and all these people over there doing what the hell they want to do and all the damn horror stories that was with overpaying fighters and the money lost. Is it possible for this freaking kinship to develop? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm lost, y'all. I'm just dropping some hot grease. I'm lost. If the fight is gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, I ask, is the fight happening? Their fight date? And then if by chance the fight date, or whatever that's going to come, where's the location going to be? So I've heard several things. Location. Is it going to go back to the T-Mobile Massacre in Las Vegas? Or is it going to be regional? Is it going to be somewhere regional? I heard somebody mention, Crawford's hometown, Omaha. I don't foresee that being the location to have that fight. And it would be easy for them to pack out anywhere they wanted to freaking fight over there, but I doubt it. In Texas will switch things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I will look at it opposite of the way I looked at it initially. Now that Crawford's went in there and stumped on Spence, wiped him down, just basically solidified that, sealed that envelope, shipped it off. I'm talking about ship that motherfucker off FedEx. It's gone. Those results are in. If by chance they was to go to Texas, it will revive some shit, yo. I believe it will revive some interest in this bitch if that fight was in Texas, because he beat him so bad. I know it's a lot of things to take in consideration. The hostility of the Texas fans, but I'm looking at it like, you talking about Jerry Jones, you talking about, I'm just putting some conversation out here, right? It will rejuvenate some things, some interest. Like, oh shit, the fight gonna be at AT&T now. Oh, okay, all right. Damn, Crawford going in this backyard. That will ignite some people that are laying dormant right now. Some motherfuckers that was in their casket, goddamn barely breathing off their last pulse because they lost everything July 29th. They was in the first stages of decomposition. I'm serious, bro. They was in the first stages of rigor mortis. Don't get mad at me. But if by chance they heard Texas, I think it would be something like we never experienced before. I think some of those people that was basically wanting to end it all, some type of soul, new reincarnation, you know what I'm saying? Some type of rebirth. I don't know. Maybe it will regenerate the aerosexuals united. You know what I'm saying? Reincarnation to come back. If they heard the fight was in Texas, to come back to life. Because it's a lot of people that I know I used to see over here on the YTC that has since vanished. They have vanished, y'all. Look, there's so many of them, they don't even put out a missing persons report. The milk company is saying, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We're not putting another face on the milk carton. You got goddamn millions of motherfuckers on here already. Look, tell them. If they're not prepared for the results of boxing, stop watching it. Why are you going to get mad and just jeopardize everything and leave your loved ones behind and go missing? Fuck them. We don't have any more milk cartons. Fuck them. The goddamn milk labels of being mad about it. We're not putting any of those aerosexuals on the milk carton anymore. The Zone went looking for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and Sky Sports. Boxing didn't want him to leave, which is totally different to Al Heyman and PBC. Talk your shit, Toby. That's why, I really can't. I can't put it in perspective, man. I have to go far right to even put this in perspective of what type of involvement it would take for PBC to go over there with his own. I can't put it in perspective. It's just too many heavy hitters in place, dog. There's too many heavy hitters in place, dog. I want to do Frank Warren. Now, Frank Warren is somewhat an ally with Al Heyman, I think. But I just can't. I cannot even. I can't put it together, man. I'm thinking. We're talking about. I'm thinking. I'm trying to come up with some possibilities, man. I'm trying to come up with some solid conditional game planning that will allow Al Heyman and his people to be able to make entry to the table talks with all those heavy hitters over there. How would that happen? And some people are going to look at it like, oh, it's going to become a conglomerate. Well, boxing has never been a conglomerate, bro. Like, everybody's just been eating in different areas of boxing, picking fruit from different branches, man. When has boxing had just a single gala where you had a speaker? You know what I'm saying? You had a president. You had individuals that's there talking about how the success was, the money in the red and the black, talking about gains and losses, talking about what's next in the upcoming freaking physical year. They're talking about making money. No, boxing has never did that. It's not regulated. There's no one point of interest where they can have a meeting of that magnitude in how to continue to make money for the sport, to take it over the top. So boxing can never be considered level with mixed martial arts. They're not willing to do that, bro. Yeah, where XO Factory been? Shout out to XO Factory, wherever you may be. I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Hope everything is good with you. Some people, they got to dip off and handling personal business or jobs or whatever. But yeah, hope everything good with XO. I haven't seen him either. Shout out to Juice Lee in the building, Snack Dealer Official, Bud, and Team New last year when he got offered. No guarantees. The writing was on the wall. Yeah. But I'm looking at it like this too, Juice. Like, we're talking about the fight that was brought to our attention by the fighters. And they made it mention to the general public that this fight was a 2-fight deal. Now, if you're going to let us know it's a 2-fight deal, how in the hell can this fight just dissolve, man? How can this shit just melt away and slide off the motherfucking table into the sink and wash down the drain? How? If the fight wasn't going to happen, wouldn't it have been beneficial just to say, hey, the fight ain't happening in December? Potentially in February, March, April, just like they said. You remember how they was talking about this fight, right? You remember when it came out on when the first fight was going to happen? You remember that? Who put that out there? Y'all remember? Y'all remember when they put that out there? The fight probably ain't going to happen March, April, May, June. They put this shit out there. First, it was going to be February, and then fight probably ain't going to happen to won't be back in the ring to the March, April, May, June. Y'all remember that shit, right? You know who said that, right? You know what happened, right? You know once the wheels get turning, you know who said that last time, right? When he had that goddamn accident and shit started to hurt, right? When Bud, was in there about to do his thing with BLK Prime, then all of a sudden That particular person, EJ, came up, oh shit, starting to hurt. Um, I won't be back to April, May, June. March, April, May, June. He automatically gave us a whole time, a future forecast on when he wasn't going to be in the ring. That's how that shit played out for this year. And then him and Crawford finally fought in July 20, and July 29th. EJ put that shit out there. He was out there in the intersection fucking off with a 14-year-old stunt driver that supposedly ran into the front of his car. Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. What's next for this? Are we going to find a location for this motherfucker? Are we going to find a fight date? Is the fight even happening? If not, we need to move on to something else. We need to get another name in there. I don't want to go on a huge sleigh ride month to month, knowing what happens when Spence has too much time out the ring. Dude loves to eat and drink and everything else and put on weight. So I was thinking to myself, man, this short window is good because he gets to stay fit and he won't have a damn fat camp. But now knowing that he's about to go through another holiday season into 2024, it leads me to think that we may be revisiting that same aperture of obesity when it comes to EJ. We might be revisiting that shit because the Crab Shack don't close. They still gonna have their goddamn working hours. And he love some burger spots with the guap. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure his nutritionist was told, hey, we'll call you in 2024, shawty. We got it from here. I'm gonna have my family cook for me over the holidays and shit. We just made all this money off the Crawford fight. We good, dog. We'll call you back. But if I do call you back, man, you know what I want? I want that goddamn burger with a motherfucking a half a pound of guap on that bitch, with them goddamn wheat buns on that motherfucker. All right, plant-based burger with that guap on there. That's all I need. Just send it over to me, Uber Eats, and we good, because them shit's good. All right. That's all I can think about, y'all. Real talk. That's all I can think about. What's gonna happen? Long as he stay out the ring, the bigger he gets. Long as he out the ring, the bigger he gets, bro. It went from December 9th or 30th to now February. Which one is it going to be, man? Is the fight happening out there in the boxing universe? The abyss? Huh? This is becoming unbearable to certain people. This is becoming unbearable, man. Why can't we fucking know in 2023 that when the fight is going to happen in 24? Why is everything such a goddamn secret all the time? Why does the system even operates off that type of damn transmission of information? Do y'all not respect us the fucking enough, dog? As much as we do and much as we put out here, y'all don't respect us enough. Y'all haven't came up with a plausible freaking plan on how to get information resolved in a timely manner so you can put it out to the freaking general public. So these engines that's out here, these content creators, the engines that's out here pushing this information out for y'all free of charge. Now, at least we can get a jump start and talk it up and give you the free promotion that you're looking for. But the only thing we get is bits and pieces, man. Crumbs. Y'all, we catch y'all trying to put them strings on our fingers and dangle us around and puppetize us and put little information out there that don't have shit to do with the real information. Just to stay, okay, let's put the attention on that. No, we don't want the attention. Just give us a motherfucker, the fight happening. Is the fight happening or not? That's it. Is the fight happening? If it's happening, when's the fight day? Location. And of course, the biggest one of all, the network. Who's going to be the freaking network? How long is this going to be? Because in order for everything to get announced, you have to somewhat have the network and everything in place. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I know some people over here at PBC that has been at this for quite some time, and they didn't wait till the last minute knowing this shit was going to be absolutely an abortion. I know they had some people on deck that was up here talking and putting in some hours and trying to make this be a smooth transition. That's the only assumption I can get from this motherfucker. Like, you had to have some heavy hitters in place, some directors, some executives, those individuals that was making phone calls. Well, hell, Steven is an attorney, right? Steven wasn't on the job. Or is Steven on a different payroll? I'm just curious. Is Steven on a different payroll or what? What's the deal? Jessica on deck, I see you. What's good with it? How you feeling? Maybe Spence requested a medical extension due to the ass beat he took. I'm speculating, of course. Good speculating, man. Good speculating. And thanks for not being subliminal. Okay. We have to do less subliminal and speak on more directives. Thanks for not being subliminal. Just get straight to the motherfucking point. You know what I'm saying? Ass beating. That he did take. You know what I'm saying? No speculating that. That is absolutely facts. Maybe he did request a medical extension. I'm pretty sure all the strawberry resolve has freaking dried up now. You know what I'm saying? All that strawberry preserve that was seeping through his skin. I think all that is good to go now. I'm pretty sure the facials and everything else, him detoxing, you know, the strawberry juice should be all good. Real talk. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I hope it's around my birthday. I can celebrate all weekend. Hey, we hoping a lot there, Toby. We hoping a lot, bro. Real talk. We hoping a lot, man. We hope, and we hope for information to come out. We hope a network is going to hurry up and get locked in so we can at least find out if the fight is happening. We can get a fight date. We can get a location. And then we can now be introduced to what's going to make us sick, y'all. What's going to make us, the boxing fans, sick? Because Leonard said we're going to be sick. Ugh. Vomiting and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going to make us queasy? What's going to give us the bubble guts when we goddamn get this information? Because last time I checked, they ain't compete with us. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the first interview where somebody can release this information. Somebody needs to know how to break the news to the general public, the GP. We need to know. Whatever minuscule boxing credibility they had been flushed down the toilet. All they can do now is double down on the clickbait or delete their channels. God damn, Andrew. Jesus Christ. Andrew is in some different type of holiday spirit. He said whatever minuscule boxing credibility they had been flushed down the toilet. He already minimized the credibility, y'all. He minimized the motherfucker. And then he said, with that minimization, I'm going to put it in the worst place so small shit can disappear real smoothly. I'm not going to just put it anywhere like in a fresh trash can with a scented trash bag. No trash in it. You know what I'm saying? Wash it down the sink. You know, rinse it off the balcony or something. Just a little residue. No, he said, flush it down the nasty, filthy, piss-infested, shitty, goddamn grimy, slimy toilet. Damn, what type of time y'all on over this motherfucker, y'all? What type of time y'all on? I swear to God, what type of time y'all on? Man, look, around this time when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all want to hear some old school stories, right? Back time when I was goddamn roasting chestnuts on the open fire, right? We were singing goddamn Christmas carols around this time. We was banging the tambourines and shit. But now y'all young whippersnappers, y'all are just so angry and upset. There has to be more to it. Who pissed you off? Was there a longer incubation period of misery that you was dealing with? What's going on? This man said, minuscule. I feel you, bro. Drop that grease, man. Boxing is a king of selling narratives. They will say whatever as long as he's talking about it, which sucks as real fans just want to see some fights. That's it. That's as simplistic as it get, bro. I feel you. Selling motherfucking narratives, man. And the crazy part about it is they really give them away. They ain't selling shit. But on the flip side of the double coin, right? Double-sided coin there, Carlos, is they really are selling narratives because they put the narrative out here and people just jump on it so quickly in haste. I mean, and then it boils over. It starts to turn over from there. You know what I'm saying? It starts generating. That's all they have to do. They give it to us for free, but in the outcome, in the long run, right? It is like selling us shit because we go straight to work. We go straight to motherfucking work, man. We get some information that we feel that, okay, Mike Carpenter broke this. Keith Idec, you know what I'm saying, broke this shit. Mike Carpenter and all that. People go straight to work. They just sold us a narrative. And now we start putting in them man hours, that labor, them labor intensive days, bro. Y'all got it. Facts in the chat, man. Y'all got it. The hottest chat in the MFing game on deck. Rematch in Texas will be pretty rowdy. Yes, sir. But yet it will generate interest and confidence to get Spence back in the game. People will start looking at it like, okay, Spence gonna fight in his hometown. He's gonna perform way better. He's gonna have more people on his side. That's where I'm at with it. That's why I mention it. For the shit the freaking be back in Texas to you know, reignite the interest in these Texas boxing fans that has since abandoned Errol Spence. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying it will spark up a little bit more interest. You know what I'm saying? It would get people to goddamn raise up from the land position. It will awaken the dead. A lot of people perished from July 29th, y'all. A lot of them aerosexuals perished, boy. Scouts honor. A lot of them aerosexuals perished. And hearing that fight is in Texas, oh man, you talking about them raising up, casket goddamn lids popping open. Texas, we're back. Talk to me, Holy Spirit. Reincarnate me so I can attend this rematch, Holy Spirit. Shit, you see lights coming down from the welkin. Bodies glowing. And then all of a sudden you see these individuals that left the YTC. They coming back paying their debts. And you say, dog, you've been gone for so long. And you coming paying back the debt that you missed? Yeah, man. You know, I was never gone. I was just in a state where I couldn't do anything, if you understand what I'm saying. A darkened state, that's all. It was quite intrusive, man. I really couldn't do anything. It held me down, really. My body functionality was just like impaired beyond belief. And it was no handyman that's gonna fix that. No. And truth be told, man, I'm just saying I don't want to revisit that dark space. It wasn't a retreat, but that shit was dark as fuck. But here's your money, though. And did I get everybody? That was a total of $3,761. Did I get everybody? Okay, cool. That's what I want. I want them aerosexuals that owe money to come back from the motherfucking grave and pay their debts first and foremost. And then we'll listen to what you got to say. Is Texas still behind Spence? Well, Vegas, you know what I'm saying? That's not a gamble I'm willing to take because I don't care. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't care if they're behind him or not. If the fight was going to be in Texas, I'm speaking more so from an overall, rejuvenation process that we need on this fight. Because people don't have confidence that Errol can get the job done. But if Bud was to take a risk and go over there to Texas and fight Spence, it will rebirth. I'm talking about regenerate, reignite motherfucking interest in the fight. People can say I'm talking shit all they want. It's okay. It's okay. But it will revitalize the desocialization that we witnessed over there in Texas. They desocialized themselves from Spence. Stop it, WCS. Stop. Stop. They went through a desocialization period. The Negroes disappeared. They banished. Man, god damn, you aerosexuals, you. Salute to Jessica. I see you in the building. How you feeling this evening? Andrew Charles, I don't see Dream. I don't see Dream of all the promotions. Let me see. I don't see Dream of all the promotions coming together, coming to fruition either. I don't see that on that side of the spectrum. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. Right, W says, because I don't need another 1-2 years waiting on this rematch. That's what I'm trying to gather. I'm trying to put it out there in circulation and saying, let's stop the bullshit, man. We're not gonna damn half step through this damn next couple of years, talking about this. No, it's not gonna happen. I know both fighters right at the end of their career. This also gives me hope. Capiche? This gives me hurt. This gives me hope. We're not going to be dealing with a leaky faucet, trying to figure out when this fight is going to happen for the next several years. Why? Because both of these guys are already at the end of their career. So, even though Crawford did say he, you know what I'm saying, he feels good and everything, I don't think he's going to be fighting into his 40s. With that said, this fight has to happen however it happened. It's a lot of it's a lot of discrepancies that I see already as the people, every time they mention Crawford fighting at 147, now they act like it's a crime. And prior to July, man, they was both in the same division on the pound for pound list for that division, right? They was on the pound for pound list together. They was in the company of one another. Crawford goes in here and beats Spence. All of a sudden, when you hear the language now, they come up here and speak of it as if Crawford's committing a crime of something. Like, if he drags Spence back down to 40s, how is he dragging him anywhere? Nigga, he's a motherfucking champion. The belt said 147. Do y'all remember the energy that was given when they said Errol Spence was going to fight Keith Thurman at 154 for no belts before he faced Crawford? Do you know the buzz, the chirping that was going on, that people didn't want to see that fight? And then you turn around and get the fight that you fucking want. And then you bitch and complain and come up here with all these damn post-fight scenarios that totally trash the motherfucking fight and how it played out. And now you got writers up here complaining and saying that Crawford is dragging him down to 47. Nigga, you just fought in July. How in the fuck somebody's dragging you anywhere? You walked to the ring under your own accord, answered the bell, the opening bell, took the punishment, stopped. What's next do y'all want? What's next? And I would say it's not Spence that's out here talking. It's just those that continue to pretend like they're supporting this man. And then you have the outside entities that claim not to be casual boxing fans, but every time they crack their lips open, it's always something to say. Crawford, he knows the only chance he have is beating Spence is to drag him back down to 147. I never heard such lunacy, bro. That is some fucked up ass shit. Like, dude, he beat that man physically, mentally. He didn't do it in a virtual motherfucking setting. He did that shit in real time. So how the fuck you gonna say, oh, well, if he goes up to 154, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight. Conquest 2 on deck. What's good with it? I see you in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. If it's not in December, it won't have anything to do with Steven because he'll be out of Showtime unless he's going to work for Al Heyman. Now that right there, I don't think Steven is going to do. And you know, the switching, working for and with is different, Toby. You know that. I ain't telling you anything. Working for and with is different. I don't know how therapeutic working for Al Heyman would be for Steven. I don't know his finances. I don't know his portfolio. I don't know what phone calls and conversations he's been in over the past several weeks. But, you know what I'm saying? Working for and with is two different positions. We already know that. It just hit me. They could part with current promo company, work with boxer who just signed a deal with NBC, and air it US NBC, US Sky Sports. That's interesting. A bit technical. That's interesting. That's interesting. I have no idea in what direction to even speak on that because it's so far-fetched in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible. But when you say subject name fight, are we talking about one fight? Are we talking about that one specific fight, Crawford Spence, to air it on US NBC and UK Sky Sports? How would that work? Because I definitely don't see PBC working with Band-Aids. I think if they're going to transition into a network, they have to transition into one where they can continue to pretty much, we're talking about the start of the year now, where they have to set up their freaking schedule for the year. I don't think they're going to try to say, okay, until we ain't there yet, but let's see, can we just get this temporary fix in? You know, we're going to do a temp service right quick and we're going to get NBC. I'm pretty sure they want something that's solid that they can plan their whole entire calendar, 2024 calendar, and get this shit popping. But that's quite interesting. You know, that's interesting right there, though. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. Seriously, that's kind of interesting. I would assume they wouldn't take that route. The Zone of Prime, I don't think was the right fit for PBC. Prime doesn't give a shit about boxing, and the Zone is the worst when it comes to the American market and promoting American fighters. So you Andrew, you don't think that the Zone can turn over a new leaf, being that it's about to be fall soon and there's going to be a lot of them motherfuckers on the ground? So you don't think that the Zone can goddamn turn over a new leaf? All the motherfuckers going to be dead. It's going to be some new goddamn generated blossoms. You know what I'm saying? It's a new tree of life going on for springtime next year. You know what I'm saying? You don't think it's possible? You don't think that they can find just a tree of life that's a perennial You know what I'm saying? I believe the perennials are the one to grow annual, I think. But you don't think they can turn over a new leaf, man, for 2024? They can generate a new sense of understanding because business models are made to be changed, right? So therefore, if that is indeed the case, then we're looking at a moment right here where change is mandatory at this moment. PBC is supposed to be not PBC, TGB, because PBC isn't a promotion. TGB, in accordance and attachment with PBC, they're too large of an entity for them to just be left out in the winter, and they're not hibernating. It's a difference when you're just standing out in the cold and you don't have a place to go. That shit it hits different. It hits you really, really different. So, can that shit possibly happen? That the zone can turn over a new relief in life and cater to a visitor? I mean, I can't imagine how that's gonna go. I can't imagine them appeasing Al Heyman, kissing his ass. I can't imagine. I can't imagine any good. Like, it's business at the end of the day. It's big money at the top. I don't know what all the damn fine, intricate details would be, but it would be something. You have to look at it in this perspective too, just not based off monetary subsidies, right? We're talking about what about the future fights? Do they have enough of a collective bargaining, of fighters and everything to put them in the blender and put on some very good? I don't know, man. I don't know. Do they have some gangster plan over there? I don't know. Shout out to True Media Boxing Radio, Coach on deck. What's good with it, Coach? Salute to you, man. They need a TV deal somehow. They can't just be streaming. Well, if that's what can suffice until they get that shit, that's what's going to have to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want to start off the year with the bubble back with the goddamn co-hanger out the antenna, man. I don't think so. I think they want to come in here and look solid and look like they didn't wait till the last fucking minute. They didn't see the catastrophe happen. No, bro. I'm betting that they had some pre-planning. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it that's gonna have me thinking otherwise. They knew the shit was happening for quite some time. Several months. They knew it. Seriously, they knew it, man. No matter what PBC does, BS will continue, and they will only be successful versus themselves when it comes to winning fights. I'm just thinking, man. I'm just trying to put together some thoughts to see how they're going to be able to pull this off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give them the highest form of success rate, the highest percentage possible, man. I'm trying to be positive. You know how people get positive around the holidays and they have these New Year's resolutions and shit? I'm trying to be positive, yo. I'm trying to be positive that we can see one of the biggest transitions in boxing based off an entity that's supposed to have been the grand poobah. They supposed to have been the ones who was making all the willing and dealing and shakers and movers, and fighters are getting paid healthy and able to fight once a year and all this other shit. This right here is very, very, you know what I'm saying? This goes down in history. This could be considered groundbreaking. If you look at it, this could be considered groundbreaking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This is different. This is different. This is a major shift. This is a major shift, y'all. Showtime, just to see the Showtime logo, the brand, the tag, it will no longer be visible. How long is it going to take us to get that shit out of our thought process? It's going to take us a good damn minute. No HBO no more, no Showtime. Jesus. Look, what if it is Amazon? How long is it going to take for us to get that shit cataloged and use it just off natural ability? Okay, Amazon. All right. You look, the only process I see with Amazon is that they're gonna find a way, if they're gonna come over to boxing, that they're gonna maximize enough. I mean, I'm talking about shit going through the roof. It's gonna be a big change, a switch up, everything. They're gonna make sure they maximize every angle to this boxing shit. I think their presence is gonna be much more visible than Showtime ever was. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. He's on a whole different time over there, man. Spence fans are crying like Trump supporters after the election. I'm pretty sure they got a whole lot of other shit they need to cry about too. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make it out that motherfucking graveyard they in. A lot of these cats, they still breathing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And they think nobody don't see them. They jumping out the casket at night and going up here getting shit to eat and then jump back in that motherfucker during the daytime just so they can stay gone off social media. They know they owe people. You know what I'm saying? The creditors are looking for them. Them motherfuckers are hiding out and shit. I'm telling them, they went through the extreme, didn't he? I told them not to do it. You know what I'm saying? I told them don't do it, bro. Now they disappeared, family mad, the outrage, people going up there. Have you seen my baby? I told him to leave that boxing alone. Now I got creditors showing up at my house looking for them. They behind on payments. They pawned freaking furniture. I didn't even know they pawned it. Where's the vehicles at? Why did they hide the vehicles? Why did they just leave everything in my lap? We can't even get any charitable donations. People are mad. They are absolutely astonished at the missing people report over there in Texas, man. God damn it. I'm telling you, man, that shit is crazy. Hotbed of dummies, man. A hotbed of dummies. They put everything on that fight. And they came up snake eyes, goddamn it. Now they over there goddamn fighting off snakes. Every time they try to sneak back through that graveyard and hide out. You know what I'm saying? Hide out when the sun's about to crest over the horizon. Them motherfuckers are sliding that door back down. Yeah. They ain't gonna find me over here. Yeah, I'm good. Now, I think Eddie would keep misleading the American market. And honestly, I feel like it's on his personal agenda to elevate his country over ours. He did jack shit with Haney. he did jack shit with Haney. Well, like I said before, it's a sloppy matrimony at the end of the day. It's almost like a mail order bride, man. How they gonna do this shit? Andrew, real talk. If we're talking about bringing over this supposed to be large entity that's been in boxing long enough and had everything planned out, like this is just messy at the end of the day. I'm not gonna lie, this is messy, bro. This is beyond. You know, you can think of every faulty freaking perception that you was thinking about leading up to this point. Like, what could go wrong with the demise of PBC, a network? Rumor mill is out there, a network. Now that faulty wiring, you know, it started to glitch out. It started to go haywire. Now it's a reality. It's due to be shut down at the end of the year. It's over. It's done. Lights out. Done. The shit is removed. You know what I'm saying? The grid square is no longer active. They're not going to be getting any type of damn support from one of the biggest freaking networks they had with the biggest budget. Showtime was their biggest budget. like 125, 30 million. That's gone. That's over. Done with. Now, you have people in limbo trying to figure out what's next. I just sent you a photo of Tom Brown to your IG. Let me see. Oh shit, man. That's hilarious. I have to use that on a different live. Appreciate that, bro. For real. I have to use that on a different live. That's hilarious. Top secret. Hey, Blunts. I see where you sent me that. There's no way that nigga. I gotta do more research before I even talk about, man. I seen that already. Man. You know what I'm saying? I seen that already. I did. I'm not talking about the Spence stuff that you sent, but I'm talking about that video of that guy. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate that, MD. Real talk. Appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? That top secret shit. Yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna have to definitely do that a separate live because this is already like hour 15 in. I got a Paramount. I got Paramount just because they took on Showtime, and now that shit is over with. Man, you ain't the only one, bro. You ain't the only one. I did too. I gotta see if my shit's still even active. I'm about to goddamn cancel that motherfucker at the end of the year. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I did too, man. And you know, that's the sloppiness of it. That's the sloppiness. They took over Showtime, but they didn't tell us to go over here and purchase. But they did put on some fights, though, that you had to do what you do, you know? So you have to check into that. 402, what's good with it? Just tuning in. What network are you referring to, bro? The network that we don't know nothing about. We're talking about who will be PBC's next lifeline out to the universe as far as broadcasting. Who is it going to be? The only two entities that I'm seeing that continues to be the topic of the conversation is the Zone and Amazon. So the network in question is whoever that is. I don't know. Just like MD's shit, Tom Brown had the top secret documents. He was seen putting the top secret documents in his jacket. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who the network is going to be. I really don't. I'm in the same freaking window as you, looking out that motherfucker. And when it starts to rain, then I know shit about to get real. Right now, ain't shit going on. It ain't nothing going on. I'm waiting for it to start raining, so people can start saying, yes, finally, we got word. It ain't no sunshine now. It ain't no sunshine when Showtime's gone. Now they're going to have some hiccups. Oh, it's going to be rough. This is going to be stormy weather. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for real. Maybe Al done a deal with the Saudis, and the Saudis have bought ESPN for him to work with Bob Arum against Eddie Oscar in the Zone. Now, Toby, you know, I understand and I truly believe in tactics and tactical freaking maneuvering and tactical planning towards mission accomplishment through total and absolute annihilation. I get it, bro. But you know, you're talking about something that is so far-fetched that you will have to be absolutely mentally incapable of functioning as a normal human being to believe that shit will actually work. The Saudis, you want the Saudis to join forces? When how did they benefit off that? The Saudis over there with their own freaking money, doing their own thing, putting on heavyweight fights, and you want them to go in competition with who again? That wouldn't even make any sense, man. That wouldn't even make any sense. That wouldn't even make any sense. Now, has PBC did co-promotions with ESPN? Yes, absolutely. Now, is as strangely worded as that. I can't even say I even wants to entertain that. I mean, Why would they want to do some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Oscar is nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about Oscar. You know, Oscar's just floating around. It's almost like Oscar's bird dogging right now. You know, he's not doing too much anything. We talk about Eddie Cool, but the Saudis getting together with PBC joint forces, I don't see that. But what if that's a genius, you know what I'm saying, um suggestion or whatever? Or I mean, y'all coming up with some good shit, but it's just so broad and far-fetched for me to even bring it into the possibility of actually coming to fruition. I don't see it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should go over here and grab a fresh glass of eggnog and pour some yak in it. You know what I'm saying? Some black label yak. Maybe give me 30 minutes. I might think that idea is the best that's out there. I can't do it sober. I can't do it, Toby. I cannot do it sober. I can't archive that, bro. I can't say, you know what, Toby, you own some goddamn it, nigga. Hi, shit. That shit right there seemed goddamn. Damn, that's some goddamn crazy shit right there, man. Minds coming together, goddamn joining forces. All right, take me back to the 18 days. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna be Mr. T in this motherfucker, dog? Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. Who's that guy that turned down a Crawford fight because he was loyal to Showtime? He wasn't even signed to them, if I recall. I can't remember his name. Are you talking about that guy with the two O's in between the two syllables? He got two vowels in between the syllables. That would be that guy. That would be that guy. He got two O's in between two syllables. Sometimes you can see him on your feet, and sometimes you can see him on the shelf. Cooking with Sir C. What's good with it, bro? But what do y'all think about that, though? Network, we don't know what's popping, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm refusing to go down this damn rabbit hole once again, this burrow. You know what I'm saying? To get flooded out with all these damn speculative freaking live streams. Just want to create damn avenues that cannot be substantiated. We need to substantiate some shit this time. Let's not go on a rugged, ragged motherfucking excursion like we did with Spence and Crawford. You know, the first time we ain't got time for that shit. That shit was exhausting to a lot of people. That shit was exhausting. Just for it to play out in brutal fashion like that, and people feel like they blame it on Crawford. They feel like they was freaking deceived by Crawford. They didn't have no confidence in the nigga. And then they turn around and feel like he deceived them. Oh man, you weren't giving us everything that we knew you had, but we never seen it. And you didn't never fight to the level of opposition to show us that you would be competitive with Errol Spence. So you know what you did in there with Errol, man, it's such fucking wrong, dog. That's wrong for real. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't customary for you to do that. That wasn't within the spirit of the sport there, bud. That's fucked up, dog. I'm telling you, man, it's always going to be Bud's fault. Bud beat up a whole entire boxing universe in one night. Who does that? Who has ever did that shit? Bud single-handedly removed hundreds of faces off the YTC. Some of these faces are still owed. They're in debt and owe freaking other freaking YTC members and subscribers, hosts on here. They disappeared. You have had people shut down their channels off one fight. Wow, unbelievable. Rather see PBC go to ESPN in the zone if we're talking fantasy. Now, Andrew, you're talking some good shit, but let me enlighten you on some shit, Drew. All right. You want the black man to go over there with the white man who they was criticizing Crawford for working with? I know you ain't trying to do that. And Black History Month just goddamn a leer just outside 3 months away. I know you ain't talking that talk now. I know that right there. We about to go in January. MLK birthday is in January. And here we go. We got Andrew in the chat up here trying to talk about the Grand Poobah himself, the black man they talk so much about that Crawford should just go out there and lay at his doorstep and let Al wipe his feet on his back. Yes, because Crawford's over there in the plantation before. Yeah, I want to break him like Kunta. Who approved that message? Did Al approve that message? I'm just curious because last time I checked, they were saying that Top Rank was the plantation. I remember when Bob Arum saying that Al Haymon was a cancer. That's what he said. They were saying that Crawford was over there working for the white man and he need to leave. And he left, and then they still try to put him on slave wages. Yeah, on the back end, the net pay, by the time you get everything, without calculation in, without no transparency, you should get back around $5,500 and I'll say 39 cents. That should be about right. Yeah, because that's net pay. We got all those expenses to pay for. You know what I'm saying? We got to goddamn calculate our losses and all. Man, come on, bro. You think the triple OG Bob Arum gonna go for that shit? Man, 90 years old. You think he want to do just because they need a network? I mean, I like how y'all coming up with potentially, you know what I'm saying, ESPN and shit. You know, you just saw the Bella who didn't have a network and they was able to put on the Devin Haney situation. And like I said, it's not like PBC and Top Rank never co-promoted together. But as far as them working together is different. Working with and working together is different, in my opinion. You're working with, that means consistently you have to deal with one another. Oh man, I hope that don't happen. I like Top Rank. I hope they don't contaminate themselves and do that. I don't like that. Hell no. Bud got dudes hiring from the mafia because they wrote checks their ass couldn't cash. You know what I'm saying, Andrew? Them motherfuckers hiding out in the place that no one gonna look, man. You know what I'm saying? They turn on their cell phones when they dip out at night. You know what I'm saying? And then they goddamn jump back in them, take the battery out and just sit in there and sing old Christmas carols and shit. Thinking about, oh man, I just want to put my battery on and log on to YouTube and see how everybody doing. I just want to see how everybody doing. God, I miss my family. I miss my family. They crying their eyes out in the motherfucking casket, boy. I'm serious. You get hot up in there, you sweating. They should be acclimated by now. Shit, it's July 29th. They should have been acclimated by now. But the mere fact that they went off the grid with open debts, oh my God, this shit is crazy. For real. They got open debts out there. Bar Aaron's 167 WCS was old when he was with Ali. Damn. PBC and Top Rank could remain separate entities. ESPN could mediate. Of course, I agree. That's a solid point. But still, they have to do business together. You have to think about. You have to look at it this way, Andrew. We'll have to talk about the budget that ESPN is solely providing for Top Rank and the amount of fights that's going on with Top Ranks annually in their schedule. And then now you want another entity that's putting in fights. How is that going to benefit the business of ESPN to conjoin? I don't see that happening, bro. Not to devalue what you're saying. I'm just saying, look, we're talking about money here. More money ESPN has to put out now to a second entity in boxing. How are they going to make that work? How are they going to join forces when it comes to matchmaking? How is that going to happen? How are they going to make that happen so it benefits ESPN? Because that's a double entendre, man. That shit is crazy. But I like it. I like how y'all putting your minds together and coming up with this shit. It's very educational in rotation. It is. It's extremely educational. It puts some ideas out there rather than the same, dumbass shit you hear out here and see out here on these thumbnails all the time. Those are legitimate, guesses, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can't hit the target with it, but, coming up with these ideas, you know what I'm saying? These troubleshooting methods, like, okay, let me brainstorm how this can work with this entity. I just think with ESPN and the allocation of funds, that's gonna be wicked. Oh, that's gonna be wicked. That would definitely affect Top Rank one way or the other, because they are solely there to bring on PBC, somebody they haven't really had a cordial relationship with, and that's somewhat like a competitor. Oh man, I don't see how it benefits Top Rank. And I said that they don't have to, they can work separate entities. Yeah, but still they gonna have to work, and also that budget, that annual budget, how is that gonna fucking work? How is that gonna work? And then how, if you're talking about the budget being put together, is it gonna benefit Top Rank enough to continue to sustain the fights that it's putting up annually without being affected by PBC? Are they gonna put on the same capacity of fights annually? Is the budget allocation going to be somewhat? Is it going to see a drop or a spike in budget allocation with PBC now on deck? I don't know, bro. That's outside my league. That's outside my league, y'all. But shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game, man. A-Side Official. I appreciate y'all for the education as always, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some good shit. Y'all make sure y'all hit the replay on this, man. It was some scholars in here, some boxing aficionados, some diehard boxing fans coming up with some great ideas. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with some great brainstorming suggestions. We should do it again next time, man. Appreciate everyone for pulling up, man. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button on your way out, man. Peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.